Yeah, I've been waiting on this one for a while. Hi everybody, Anthony here from Awesome Anthony Productions. Today I'm going to give you my review of the latest adaptation of Mary Shelley's classic, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. But before I get started, please leave a like, and at the end of the review, if you think I've earned it, please subscribe and hit that bell icon to be notified whenever I post. Now on to the review. An updated take on the original literary nightmare, Frankenstein stars Oscar Isaac as Dr. Victor Frankenstein, the son of a strict surgeon and a man who decides, after losing his mother Claire, played by Mia Goth, during his brother William's birth, who was played as an adult by Felix Kammerer, to make death itself obsolete. So he dedicates his life to building life, harvesting parts from hanged criminals and the recently deceased, until he finally assembles his creation, played by Jacob Elordi. But with life comes curiosity, feeling, and a need for purpose, something Victor is tragically unequipped to handle. There is one main reason why I was frothing at the mouth waiting for this movie. Guillermo del Toro. This guy is a straight-up visionary. Whenever he directs, he doesn't just shoot a film, he builds a whole world, and this is no different. Del Toro crafts a dark, gothic, and surprisingly colorful vision of 19th century Europe. Grand architecture, primitive tech, candlelit hallways. It's gorgeous and transportive before we even get into the meat and bolts and tendons and ligaments of the story. That attention to detail extends to the creature and the creation process too. Instead of hand-waving away the mad science, the screenplay digs exactly into how Victor will use his scientific knowledge and knowledge of the human anatomy to actually make this happen. And honestly, that's the stretch of the movie that I was most invested in. The grim, beautiful assembly of the creature and letting it take its first breath after a charged ritual. Structurally, however, the film opens with a barn burner. Victor is found on the ice, severely injured by sailors searching for the North Pole, moments before the creature comes barreling in and taking out dudes left and right to get to his creator. From there, Victor recounts his life and what led him up to this moment, and then after, we get the creature's perspective.
My maker told his tale, and I will tell you mine.
And based on that opening, I strapped in for a brutal, horror-forward reincarnation. And while there are moments of that, especially in the back half, the first act is far more romantic and philosophical than I imagined. We linger with Victor's suffocating childhood over an overbearing, emotionally abusive father, played by Charles Dance, the warmth he finds in his mother Claire, and the rupture her death leaves behind. We also spend some good time exploring his forbidden love with his future sister-in-law Elizabeth, funny enough, also played by Mia Goth, along with thorny debates about the ethics and divinity of what he's doing, and mounting proof that Victor is, to put it nicely, kind of an egotistical creep. So yeah, I had to recalibrate my expectations for this one. The first half kind of plays like a slow burn gothic romance. The emotion is there, the chemistry between Goth and Isaac is there, and the visuals and scores are doing some heavy lifting. But if I'm being honest, I wasn't really vibing with this first part. Maybe that's because of the whole Netflix release and I had to watch it at home instead of in a theater. Maybe it's because the pacing in this early stretch felt a little draggy to me, or maybe it's because some of the dialogue just isn't very strong, especially combined with Oscar Isaac's accent choice. It's not bad, it just wasn't really clicking for me yet. Enter Christoph Waltz as Herr Harlander, Elizabeth's wealthy father who witnesses Victor's proof of concept and basically yeets a castle and unlimited funding his way. That's when this movie woke up for me. The gathering of parts, the dreadful practicality of the assembly, the problem solving, the lab coming to life, this section is just mesmerizing. By the time the switch flips and the creature breathes, I was fully locked in. To the world, to the characters, to Alexander Desplat's score, everything. In the creature, I absolutely love this depiction. The makeup is so affected. Yes, there's a Gautier, somebody that I used to know, visual echo in the stitch work there. Tell me you don't see it. But Jacob Elordi goes so much deeper than the surface. He begins as kind of like a newborn fawn, curious, confused, fearful, and in awe of the world around him. But when Victor's treatment of him starts to mirror his own father's cruelty, the creature contracts into a terrorized, cowering child. It's heartbreaking and it turns your sympathy on a full 180. Even though you might understand Victor's spiral, his behavior is abhorrent and you really do feel for the creature. And when the creature meets Elizabeth and actually experiences genuine kindness and connection, you watch him expand into an actual character right in front of you. Those scenes just sing. Now, I'm not really going to get into much more plot stuff beyond that, because while you may think you know where a Frankenstein story goes, Del Toro makes choices in his screenplay to make this take still feel fresh, unpredictable, and, by the end, downright tragic. Thank God too, because if that film had stayed in that stilted first gear pacing from the first act, I don't know if I would have enjoyed it nearly as much. Once the creation scene hits though, this movie comes alive. And keeps that momentum going through an action-forward climax and a heavy, tragic, and pretty sad ending. Performances, lightning round. Oscar Isaac. Weird accent choices and occasional clunky line delivery aside, he's fantastic. He luxuriates in Victor's god complex without just turning him into a mustache-twirling cartoon. Even when he turns into the villain of the story, he's still very realistic. There's warmth in there too, especially during his scenes with Elizabeth, which makes that moral downfall sting even more. Mia Goth, strong in dual roles once again. As Claire, she radiates unconditional love. As Elizabeth, she's mysterious, generous, and quietly defiant. Her scenes with the creature are some of the sweetest and saddest in the film. Christoph Waltz chews the candlelit scenery in the best way. His scenes with Oscar Isaac crackle, and the science fair with unlimited budget energy that he brings is intoxicating. I also felt some implication here that he might be gay, or at the very least have some romantic feelings towards Frankenstein, and Waltz plays that so naturally, the fact that I wasn't even sure is a testament to that. Jacob Elordi, the MVP here. He gives the creature innocence, yearning, and yet a terrifying animal-like rage whenever he's cornered. The shift from gentle wonder to destructive fury is seamless and scary. Even with a long-ass runtime and some early stumbles in the pacing and dialogue departments, this is a beautiful film front to back. It's a Del Toro world-building masterclass on full display, with tactile production design, painterly frames, and a score that glides between melancholic strings, booming brass, and near lullabies. The story isn't afraid to get dark, scary, and violent when it needs to, and it has something meaningful to say about abuse, grief, creation, and companionship. So yeah, the beginning asked for a bit of patience, but that payoff, worth it. And that's my review of Frankenstein. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this review, you know exactly what to do. Please leave a like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to be notified whenever I post. While you're at it, you can leave a comment, let me know if you saw this and what you thought. And if you want more of my content, you can click or tap on these cards right here. I'll take you to my review of Begonia, or just over to my channel where you can check out the rest of my reviews. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time for my review of Predator: Badlands.